Hey again, guys. How are you? So I just wanted to come on real quick while I'm driving home from my support group today. That I was having an issue with two friends that are pointing the finger at each other. Their drug of choice is the same. They both like their painkillers. And so they've been in recovery for a couple of months and they're trying, but one is pointing the finger at the other to take the attention off of herself, and the other one's doing the same thing. So I did a relapse prevention treatment plan today for them, and it kind of got me thinking about talking about relapse prevention techniques. And the first one was to play the tape through. And that is, think about what's going to happen if you do use it, if you do relapse, what's going to happen. You can go to jail, and you can lose your children, you can go back into that downward spiral and get everything taken away that you worked so hard for in your recovery. So I did explain this to them. And they seem to agree with me, but a lot of people talk the talk but cannot walk the walk. It's very hard for them, and I get that. It takes many tries before you can really catch on to your recovery. So I have to be patient. And then the next one was to pick up the phone, guys. Pick up the phone. I say it all the time. Your recovery is really important, and you have to be proactive. Pick up the phone. Let somebody know that you're about to relapse, and you don't want to. And another one is distract yourself. Go to the movies. Call a friend, even if it's not talking about relapse or any type of addiction. Just distract yourself. Another one is wait 30 minutes. Once that 30 minutes is up, ask yourself, you still feel like using? Okay, wait another 30 minutes until that craving goes away, because the craving will ultimately go away. That I can promise you. We've all been there, and it's very good to practice. Another one is to try and practice being comfortable in your own skin. So, driving. So being comfortable in your own skin is being comfortable with who you are, being content, and that happiness will show through from your insides and out. And also practicing being bored, because like they say, idle hands, devil's playground, and practicing your being alone with yourself and being comfortable with yourself. So also changing your eating and sleeping habits. I know one of the which we're having this issue with these girls. They're saying, I'm tired, I'm just tired. When your eyes are rolling behind your head, it's more than just being tired, okay? Because everybody's tired. I have 5 kids, for fuck's sakes, and most nights I'm only on 3 hours of sleep. But when I'm sitting in a room with my peers, I'm not falling asleep. My eyes are not rolling behind my head. And for some reason, they think that, people will believe them when they say that. That goes for everybody. It's not just my friends. It's, everybody who starts out their recovery, they'll say, I'm tired. But we know what tired looks like, and we know what high looks like. It's like you cannot bullshit a bullshitter. Just like that. So I try to explain that to them, and still I get nothing. But then, and then when I left my group, I signed on to my Instagram, and for some reason, I guess I must have pressed something that I didn't realize, and something popped up, an Instagram live from, I think her name is My Happy Grace, I think. She did a really great lesson today about accepting responsibility and dealing with people who won't accept their own responsibility. which was really great. And she said some really awesome things. She can talk better on a camera than I can. And, being able to control yourself is one thing. We have complete control of our emotions, our thoughts, our behaviors, but we do not have control of other people's behaviors and thoughts and actions and all that. When I first started dealing with a certain member of the peer group, she was new, and I've been there for a few months, several months, and she came in and asked me to sponsor her. So the thing is that I was really, really, really happy, and it like really touched my heart. I was so happy that she chose me out of everybody to kind of be there for her. And in a MAT program, typically we don't use sponsors, but we're just there for each other, if that makes sense. But I agreed, and I said yes, absolutely. And one of the things I said to her was, you're not always going to like what I say, but don't take it as an insult. Take it and run with it. See where it goes. I'm not, if you're going to ask me to sponsor you or be there for you, I'm going to do it in all honesty. And anything I ask you to do, I'm going to do myself. So we're going to try. My first step for her was to try and do some steps to distract herself. So we want meditation and things like that. Just practicing picking up the phone to call me, I guess, for her case. And also I had found some videos on YouTube I thought maybe she would like. And so I would do this research and take the time out of my day and away from my family to help her, and she was not doing it. I told her to write out a schedule for me so we can go to the gym. She never did it, but she expected me to get the gym membership and take her to the gym, but she wouldn't do her part, so I never did my part. And I did that on purpose. So this way she knew that, when you take a step towards me, I'm going to take a step towards you. I am not running full force at anybody, okay? You're going to have to meet me halfway. And I'm not babying anybody. I'm not holding your hand. You are a grown-ass woman. I'm a grown-ass woman, and we should be able to do our own shit, like meet me halfway. I'm not gonna fucking carry you through your recovery. I cannot do that. Nobody could do that. And most importantly, I will not do that. And I will not enable anybody. So ultimately, the reason why I brought this up is because ultimately I started getting upset with her because she wasn't doing what she had asked me to do. It's not like I just came out and said, well, hey, let's do this. I asked her if she would be okay and comfortable with it. She said, yes, give me stuff to do. I wanted to stay busy and distracted. And I took the time out of my day, my family. And, it's not easy to do when you have 5 children. But I always go out of my way for all my peers, even strangers. I do whatever it takes in the sense where I'm not enabling and I'm not doing it for them, but I'm doing my part as your friend, as your peer, as your support. And so I was getting mad. Like, I was seriously getting mad, but I was holding it in. And so what happens, I'm not the type of person to hold it in, but I was trying to do it because I was trying to be understanding that she's new in recovery. And ultimately I wound up blowing up on her. I made a fool out of myself because I'm 34 years old and I'm screaming in the middle of my MAT program about how she's of a certain age and she's asking me to take time out of my day, out of my family. And then basically that's insulting to me. It's like a slap in the face. Don't ask me to do that, and then we won't have a problem. Like, if you're not gonna meet me halfway, then I don't know, I'm not gonna do it for you anymore. But I absolutely could have handled that a different way, and I chose to do it the wrong way. And this was a couple of months ago, but I absolutely flipped out. And I did not want people here in Texas to see me like that. This was New Jersey Danielle, New York Danielle. I'm not that person anymore. Well, I'm trying not to be. That's what I'm working on. And my counselor, I went and apologized to everybody for acting a fool when, I screaming and cursing. I shouldn't be acting like that. I'm 34 years old. Absolutely unnecessary. But the reason why it happened, without making excuses, because it was 100% wrong, I held in all of my emotions instead of sitting her down and talking to her. And that's me. And you know what? My counselor, Don Schroeder, at the time, he's also the clinical director at Symmetria. He sat me down before that happened. And because I looked to him and I said, hey, you know, this is how I'm feeling. How do I handle it? And, you know, he would tell me, and I didn't listen to him. Like, but he told me, look, you're trying to control her. And I'm like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not, because she asked me to do that shit, you know? But ultimately, I guess I subconsciously was trying to control her because I didn't like the outcome. And I was trying to force her to do what she asked me to do, if that makes sense. So I was trying to force her. And now I sit back and I'm thinking about it, and I absolutely see where I went wrong, and hopefully I could change that, you know, in the future. And so since that time, I have met other people where, you know, I've been counseling, you know, a couple of people. Not really counseling. I'm not a counselor. I don't have a degree of any sort. Eventually I will, but right now I do not. But kind of like, you know, a one-on-one, you know, talk to me. We're friends. We've been through through the same thing. And I don't get responses that I like. And instead of flipping out, it's like, because look, I've been there. I see what you're doing. I see what's going on. I see that you're high. Like, why are you trying to lie to me? And I'm taking a lie as an insult, which everybody does. I get that. But it's in my actions is how, you know, it shows that I've changed or not changed. So I'm sitting back. I'm listening to these people lie to my face as if I'm like retarded. Like, I don't get it. And I do get it. I do get it. And I don't understand why they're lying to me, even though I've been there, done that before. And I'm getting angry. Not right now. Even though they're doing it, I sat down. I took that girl out of her comfort zone. I sat right next to her, got all up in her personal space, and I put my hand on her leg and I said, "I'm here for you." So I wasn't angry. I wasn't mad. I was soft-spoken, and I knew that if I took her out of her comfort zone by getting in her personal space, but doing it properly, without anger and without judgment, I figured that, okay, maybe she would feel comfortable. And she wouldn't feel comfortable, so maybe she would start doing these movements. What she did, you can obviously see she was totally uncomfortable, but she still lied. So the only thing I can do in that sense is tell her, when you're ready to tell the truth, or when you're ready to talk, I'm here for you. And then I did the relapse prevention treatment plan. It was directed towards them, obviously, but without saying, hey, this is for you. I don't want to embarrass anybody, you know, but I absolutely told them that I don't believe them in a way that I didn't insult them. And let them know that I was there. I've been there, done that. You can't tell me that you're not using. That's just ridiculous. And in this sense, it was trading one drug for another. So she went from painkillers to now benzos. And she's using lots of excuses. You know, everybody does. And I'm not judging her. I just think she was doing so well. And because she had a prescription for something, she used it as an excuse to use that drug instead of the one that she can get in trouble for. Because there's no way to tell her levels, so they know she's gonna fail for benzos because she's got a prescription for it. But she's supposed to be taking it as directed, not her direction, the doctor's direction, and she's not, or the pharmacist or whatever. She's not, obviously. Well, anyway, so that's really something I learned on how to handle people who are lying to you. An obvious lie. I mean, if you're really not sure, don't go crazy, because then you don't want to look stupid in the end. But as addicts, we know. That's just dumb to think we don't know. So if you have a friend, I'm going over the time limit. I really wanted to make this quick. But if you have a friend or a loved one that is using, and this goes for addict or not, or a recovering addict or not. If you have a friend or family member that you know is using, 100%, there's always a way to handle the situation. You cannot make them tell you the truth. I'm sorry. You could catch them in a lie, but they're just going to lie again. So you just got to consistently let them know, I am here for you. I am here for you. And you know what? They may not ever take that invitation. They may not ever. But that's something that is their problem. And the most important part is to never enable them to make sure that they're uncomfortable. Don't make an addict or an addict in recovery comfortable. That's not something that we can use for ourselves. What would be most important for us is that we are not comfortable. So this way we can change the way that we're thinking, and knowing that we don't have a soft place to fall if we screw up. So just be there for the person. Don't give them no money. Don't give them a bed to sleep in. Don't give them a roof over their head, and don't put no food in their bellies. Okay? Because if they have it good, then they're never, ever, ever going to change. Ever. So just say, look, I'm here for you. And when you're ready for treatment, we'll do it together. We'll do it together. And that's it. Thank you for listening. I'm not going to go on any further because I think I repeat myself too much. Sorry. Anyway, I hope you guys have a really good day. And again, if you need help finding treatment, contact me, text me, email me. I said it a million times. It's all over my Instagram page, Danielle_in_recovery_ 24/7. And then I also have my email, which is recoveryrealness247@gmail.com. And then, of course, you can always leave a comment under my YouTube videos. I will always get back to you guys, I promise. So I'm just going to leave you with that. And also, sorry, one more thing. If you have a story that you want, like an inspirational story that you would like me to read, or comments or questions or advice that you want me to read online on the videos, I will absolutely do it. Email me, text me, call me, whatever you have to do. I'm here for you. Okay, peace out, guys.